Hi everyone, welcome to Texas City Tells. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Ramari.
And today we have Eric and Lindsay from the FRC Locker. Welcome, you guys.
Welcome.
Hi, how y'all doing?
So y'all are like the latest and greatest, right, addition to Tanger outlets?
Yes,
New
ma'am.
kids on the block.
Yes, we're definitely new.
So tell us about the store.
So we have everything, fire retardant clothing for the oil field, the refineries, that kind of stuff. We have Ariat, Carhartt, Wrangler, pretty much shirts, pants, jackets, hoodies, that kind of stuff.
So you talk like someone who's been in the industry.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what kind of got you started with this store?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, when I was in the field, I was working in St. Croix, and there was only one store on the whole island.
Oh, wow.
So, like, a shirt for me was $150.
Wow.
So I talked to my wife, and we started reaching out to vendors to get started, and got my first shipment shipped over to St. Croix. Yeah, been hustling out of my truck ever since.
That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
So y'all started at the house. When was that?
But,
Well, we started out in St. Croix
yeah,
a lot, and then when that job ended, he brought it all to the house. And so we would operate it out of our dining room, which is pretty big, thank God. And then he would also take, he was working in the refinery still, so he would take stuff out there and sell it to the guys. And then he also, he still makes trips out to those refineries with a load, so he sells them in bulk. But yep, that's how it went.
yeah.
So we were busting at the seams at the house.
I bet.
The inventory was just getting so big and so many people coming by.
Yeah.
We got to get a store.
Yeah, because that type of clothing is not known for being dainty, it's going to take up some room, and then
Oh,
you're
yeah.
doing a
It's
high
heavy.
volume.
Yeah, but I would go to Sam's and buy totes and put jeans and shirts, and I had a drive-in pass in the plant, and I would hustle out of the lunchrooms. Lunch times I would open my tailgate, pop the lids, and tell everybody I have FRC for sale.
Wow.
Typically, how long or how durable are those pieces of clothing?
It just depends on the work environment. A lot of the cutting and grinding, the sparks and stuff like that. It might last maybe 3-4 months. On a good pair of jeans or a shirt before you get a hole. And then some plants are real strict about holes. If you have any kind of holes, it has to be replaced. So, but yeah, most of the time about 3 or 4 months. And then you have your lighter shirts for your spring and summertime, and then you have your heavier shirts most of the guys buy in the wintertime.
So, I grew up here, and I think everybody who lives in Texas City or is from Texas City, I feel like you just have someone who it works at the refineries. You just do.
Yes, ma'am.
Usually multiple, I know my family, there's plenty of people who worked at various plants. Friends now that were grown up, they've gone into that line of work too. So it's such a big part of this community, but I never really thought about it until we started talking about your store.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't really know anywhere where you go and get that stuff that's really local. There's not a whole lot, I don't feel like.
No, and that was one of the things that Lindsay and I had talked about opening a store down here, was because I would go to Deer Park for all my clothes. So there's just, I don't believe there's a store like ours in this Galveston County area. So yes, ma'am, that's where
You're meeting a need.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
where it led us to.
And I don't know what it is about people who work in the industry where you are, but y'all just don't sleep, right? So you're doing your shift work, and then you're coming home and running a full-time business.
Yes, ma'am.
Something about those of y'all who go in that line of work, y'all just not a fan of sleep.
Yeah.
He's not.
No.
I am.
Me too. But that's awesome.
I'm more a 7 days a week, 12-hour a day kind of guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be. I'm
Yeah,
very
you gotta speak for yourself,
inspired.
'cause I'm with Lindsay.
There'd be times, I'd come in from work, and man, I'd have customers calling and stopping by the house 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. It was just one of those things.
Wow.
But the hard part is just getting your name out there. So the more people that you interact with, the better off I think I'll be, or will be.
Yeah. So I've actually been out to the store, and obviously I don't really know a whole lot about that type of clothing, but the store is beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I was saying to you guys right before we came on. Like, I feel like Lindsay had some decorative touches in there because it is a beautiful, beautiful space.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We're
Yeah.
still working on it. We got more things to add, and we're getting different items in as well, other than just tops and bottoms. We've got some welders caps in now. We're getting glove clips, working on boots, like just building
Oh, good.
what we have. And
Yeah.
then some of the visual things are about to change in a week or two. Yeah, so
That's exciting.
So
Yeah,
we're
it is
changing,
exciting.
growing.
It's very
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
It's definitely a new experience, but it's been
Yeah,
fun.
and I gotta say, Tanger was so great. I encourage, people if they want to do something there to talk to what's his name? Jay.
Diana and Jay.
Jay Marmo. She was really great. We pitched her our idea, and she really liked it. She wants people to be able to get what they need in Texas City, not have to drive outside of Texas City for these things. And of course, Texas City has a lot of plants. So.
It
Yeah.
just makes sense.
Yeah, I really love that about Tanger. Like, I think people tend to think it's, the big, giant brands that
Yes.
go there. But there's a lot of small businesses that are at Tanger, too. It's
Yes,
kind of,
ma'am.
it really is kind of like one-stop shopping.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't
It
think
is.
I have ever come out of there empty-handed, ever.
We know you.
Yeah, I have to tell myself it's so hard to come here and not shop.
Yeah.
Like, we're here to make money.
Work.
Here I am walking in with a bag all the time. Yep.
You're just supporting your
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, we
neighbor.
appreciate you keeping it local.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
It always comes back around.
Right. Yeah.
But that is good to hear that, in Tanger, they're really supporting the small business community.
They are, and we didn't know anything about opening a store when we jumped on this, and all of their employees there, they just help you step by step of the way, guide you, tell you what to do, and then also I think the process for that went with the city as well, which we had no idea we were going to have to do that. So we paid the lease and we're just good. And they're like inspection this and that, and I'm like, what? Certificate this, and that process also went really, really, really smooth.
Good.
Everyone was great. If there was anything that needed to be changed or on, they just helped you through it, and so it was good.
Oh, that makes us happy to hear.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, because I'm with you. That stuff, I'm
I
glad.
was very intimidated.
Yeah.
But I knew it had to be done because we already signed the lease. So the city also made it really easy for us
Good.
to get
Yeah.
everything done that we needed.
And it was weird because Tanger wasn't the first storefront that we looked at. There was probably 3 or 4 different storefronts that we looked at, and it just seemed like the ball wasn't falling in the right hole. And then when we were just shopping at Tanger, and she stopped by the management store to take a look, and the next thing you know, the ball started rolling, and it just seemed like it hopped in all the right holes. I mean, it just like fell in place perfect. It was a really nice experience. It really was.
Oh,
That's
good.
good.
That's
Yeah.
in a spot
Yeah.
there, and I really liked Tanger's location for our customers, because we have some that come from the north side and then some from the Texas City side, and then it's a safe place. It's you're not just out there by yourself. They have security, and it's clean, and there's always a lot of people. So I really like this, and it's also exposure. People walking by that didn't even know you were there will see your store and come in. So,
Right.
yeah.
Where exactly in Tanger are you guys located?
We're right across from Gap and like Hey Dudes, next door to Oakley. The Polo and Gap are right there together, so we're just right across from them. Cinnabon.
Yeah, I was gonna say. There's another danger for me.
know where that's at.
Yes, we just ate some last night. Yeah.
Yep, that would be hard to resist, just smelling that all the time.
Yeah, so it's been good. Like, the customers have been good. People have been coming in. Each week we do better than the last week.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So, and they're like, oh my gosh, we didn't know you're here. Or I can tell, like, we learned how to do, like, reels and stuff. And so people come in, they want that shirt in the video. I'm like, that's what I used to do.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's been good. It's been a good experience.
Yeah, I know that whenever we posted you guys on our social media, there was a great response of people saying like, "Oh, we need to go there. Like, this is what
Right.
we've been needing." So,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think y'all
Yes.
found a really good fit. I
Yes,
really
it's
do.
good, and he's really good about talking to the customers that come in about their needs. You know, if they came in and they didn't find what they needed or they wanted something different, then he takes note of that, you know, and starts looking into how we can get those things into our store.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. So if someone is looking for something, can you order it for them
Yes,
usually?
Yes, ma'am. Lately I've been, taking names and numbers and then just reaching out to my vendors. And like yesterday, I got a package in and I started making phone calls this morning. Hey,
Perfect.
have your stuff. Come on by.
Oh, man, that's full service.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Love it.
Yeah.
You know, like people wanted the glove clips, and so those are on their way. They should be here any day now. And then he was a user of the welding caps, and so he got a big bundle from that vendor. She brought those over, and so we have those there now. What else? Some people were asking about, coveralls, boots, hats, glasses. So we just keep on,
Yeah.
adding to it and working on it. That's pretty much what he does. Like while he's there all day long. Almost all the time when you go in, you're going to see him, and he's the owner. So he's working on getting all those things to come in so that when people walk in, they have what they need.
That's great.
Whenever you said welder, that reminded me when I was in there were some flags like behind the cash register that looked like they were welded or they're metal.
Those are solid wood. They're handmade. There's the Texas flag and the United States flag. Our son actually handmade those.
Oh wow.
Piece by piece. So it's wood that's like stacked pieces, and they're like wavy, so they look like they're kind of going in the wind, and they have the hardware on the back of them and everything. So yeah, we put those in our store. Blue collar workers are real big on, America and their state. Texas people love Texas. So, yep, we put those in there. So those are an option to buy. We have one in our home as well.
Yeah,
So.
they're beautiful.
It sounds like it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he worked really hard on those. We got a lot of people that like those.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
See, they got something for everybody.
I see. You said it like Texas people love Texas. Are you not from Texas?
No, I am. Hey, see, there goes that Texas side. Yeah, definitely. I'm a Texas girl through
Okay.
and through. Never moved anywhere else. Never would. I love it here.
Yeah, I've worked all over the United States.
But-
And I just
Yeah, we
I
go
know.
places, and I'm like, what? There's like a Texas Roadhouse in other states? I'm like,
Yeah,
they
no,
do
there's one
this
in
somewhere
California.
else? We were traveling. I'm like, why do they have Texas stuff out here? And they don't have like Texas. I'm like, they don't have like, say, Indiana edition trucks. No, the Texas truck. I'm like, this is Texas is proud.
And they have,
Yeah.
We're proud Texans too.
Or like,
I love it.
Our brother-in-law, he's from, or my brother-in-law is from Indiana. They don't have a Whataburger. Like,
oh, that's sad.
oh my God.
That was his first meal when he came down.
Oh, you're
That's
talking. You're sitting next to an In-N-Out girl. She's a Californian over
It's
there.
fine. It's fine. That's not what this podcast
Just
is
roll
about.
her away from the table.
It's not what we're here to discuss. So it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, but the things with the flags, so our son made those. And I told him, I said, hey, man, we'll put them in the store. We'll try to help you sell them, Same thing with the welding caps. So me and some of the guys that I work with, like I'm not a welder, but a lot of us, the hard hat will pull your hair in the back. So we wear welding caps to keep that from happening. Well, we used to always get our welding caps from her. So I reached out to her and told her, hey, I'm opening the store. I'd like to put your product in my store, help both of us out. So
I
Yeah,
love
so
that.
those little things like the glove clips and the welding cap, those are also small business owners that we bought from
Yeah.
them. They made a ton
Collaboration.
of them.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Help each
Yeah,
other.
I love that. So when you come in, you're really supporting all different local businesses.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I know what it's like to hustle, so.
We
I don't-
love small
I don't-
business.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
mind helping.
All right,
good.
this is one-stop shopping. You can get a little home decor. You can get
Yes,
your work
ma'am.
clothes. You can swing out and get a Cinnabon on the way out. You're
No
good.
doubt. Yes, ma'am.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming to speak with us.
Yes,
and-
ma'am. Thank you
Yeah,
for the
we appreciate
invitation.
y'all
Yeah.
having us.
Yeah.
We can't wait to celebrate all the milestones with you guys. 5 years, 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what we were just talking about on the way over here. I said,
Yeah.
where do you see yourself in 5 years with your business? So, yep, vision.
A whole bunch of locations.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'd be
And it
nice.
all started in Texas City.
That's
Yes, ma'am.
right.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Now I wonder, I'm like, will we ever need a bigger store here? So we started out small, you know, at Tanger, which is still a pretty big spot there. And I was like, no, we don't. She said, do you want to see the bigger? I said, no, this is good. This is good. Like, we're just starting out. And I was shocked to see that we filled the store. It's full. Because, you know, I thought, dang, all of this was in our house.
Yeah.
You were climbing over boxes and you really didn't even realize
I'm like,
it.
I didn't even realize we had this much stuff in there. When you put it in the store, I thought we were going to have a gap at the back of the store, kind of play it off a little bit. It's full. It's just full.
So now at home, are y'all like doing cartwheels and stuff with all this
Yes, we
extra
really are.
space?
Yeah,
Like,
we actually got to have a family dinner Sunday at the dining room table. It was nice.
Yeah.
All
It was
my
nice.
canvases are back up all over the wall. So, yep, it's been fun. It's been good.
good.
Well, we love it. Texas City loves small businesses, and we love that you guys are also supporting small businesses with
Yes.
your business. So
Yes, ma'am.
this makes us happy. We're proud of you guys. We
Yeah.
can't wait to
Thank you.
see all of the milestones that you guys accomplish.
Yes,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you.
in your store. Yeah.
Cheering you guys on.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
definitely.
This is another episode of Texas City Tells, the podcast. You can catch new episodes on Wednesdays on the city's Facebook page, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are streamed. Once again, this is FRC Locker with Mr. Eric and Miss Lindsay. Till next time, bye.